We're going to learn about what gathering quests and activation quests do for your runs. This was a field I was somewhat lacking in knowledge in, so this was actually very beneficial for me. I knew these events would come up, but I really never paired two together where I didn't know which event did what. This pretty much clearly defines for you, and you should do gathering or activation quests based on what you need, and I'm going to go over exactly which quest does what and in what location. The information is going to be pulled from the wiki because I believe it has it set up in two very good tables and should be very easy for you to see, and then we'll have some gameplay showing what activations are and the results of finishing the quest. So your two choices are gathering and activation, and they are exactly how they sound. Gathering usually obviously includes like things like medicine and other ones, and then activation is like destroying your animalistic shrines and all that other stuff. Each area has their own different stuff, which is pretty cool. I'm not going to go over it in this video because that's more for flavor than it is actually for use. So we're going to go over what happens when you do that, and it doesn't really matter what they are, but we do want to talk about what happens when you complete the event. What's interesting on the wiki here, and I think maybe they have to put it this way, is they say succeeding in a gathering or activation mission greatly increases the chance of certain town events. For most of my knowledge, it's pretty darn 100%. Now maybe if the game has something that overrides a town event, that's why they say greatly, because it's actually not completely guaranteed. I'm not 100% sure on that. I don't know the numbers of the game. I just do know that usually it's almost surefire unless the game overrides it for another event. There's a possibility of doing 8 overall, and obviously doing 2 in each region: the Ruins, the Warrens, the Weld, and the Cove, as they have listed here. So if you've ever seen All Saints Day, Bumper Crop, Caregivers Convention, Lost and Found, Silence in the Crypts, Fresh Air in the Tunnels, Sunshine in the Thicket, I see that one a lot, and Gentle Tide. These events do something if you decide to do it for that week and successfully do it. Can't go in and just back out, you must succeed. So let's go up to the gathering first, and then we'll look through the others. So All Saints Day in the Ruins, the Abbey is free of all treatments, so if you have the Abbey really upgraded and you do All Saints Day, it would be a great time to get a lot of individual stress healed. I think this would be a lot more beneficial in the early game when you're trying to save money and you have a decent amount of individuals who are stressed, but you just really want to get some free. That could be a great way to do that. Bumper Crop. In a weird way, this could also be a great way to do it. All supplies and provisions are free for the week. I mean, supplies and provisions can easily cost thousands of gold depending on how long you go. So therefore, you can stock up on literally all the provisions you need. So you might as well just take all of them because you can always get rid of some later. And they're free. That can save you multiple thousands of gold. It can save people's lives because you bring in extra bandages, shovels, anti-venoms. I mean, all that fun stuff. So Bumper Crop's pretty good in the Warrens there. The Weld, Caregivers Convention, it's pretty self-explanatory. Sanitarium being free, that's really great. Diseases and quirks are probably some of the most expensive things to remove. So even if you have 2 spots in each and you have 4 people stacked up in there, you can lock in positive quirks. You can remove locked in negative quirks absolutely free, and usually that would cost you at least 8 to 10 grand on a champion level hero. So you do the math, this is literally tens of thousands of gold you save. Now it is in the Weld. Most people don't like the Weld, but if you do your scouting well enough, you can probably dodge enough fights for it not to be a problem. The Cove has Lost and Found, a free weapon upgrade from the blacksmith. This is a pretty weak one in my opinion. I mean, they do cost multiple thousands gold, and if you are maybe getting a bunch of level resolve 5s now and they're getting to their max weapon, it could be beneficial. I do believe most of those other things are about the same price, if not more, and may be able to generate more gold. But if you're just going to do this anyway, it's a great little small benefit. I wish there was like maybe 2 free weapons. That'd be about similar in pricing. However, you really can't argue too much with the free weapon, so I would definitely take it if you're upgrading a lot of people and it's the only one available that week. Now we get to the activation quest, where we have Silence in the Crypts, Fresh Air in the Tunnel, Sunshine in the Thicket, and Gentle Tide. All of these are the exact same thing: 33% resolve game, 15% damage for the next week coming up. If you can, timing this with a boss is very beneficial, because I'm actually going to expand my window a little bit here. You're going to see right down here, boss dungeons are exactly the same as long dungeons in terms of resolve. Therefore, you get 33% more resolve on top of a boss run, and you get to do 15% more damage. That's a really good way to A, kill the boss for sure, and also just clear those people into the next resolve level. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe below.